Jean. Oh.
Okay. Just quick follow-up on that. I'd like to ask you to actually go a little bit deeper in talking about the differences. I mean, over the last 4 cycles, John Marty, Mike Freeman, Roger Moe, Mike Hatch have all run and lost as governor. Many of us have worked on their campaigns. So how do you do it differently? What sets you apart from those campaigns and from your colleagues?
I think it's an idea that, we've seen success in some different races. We've seen success in the U.S. Senate race. And when we look at what created the success there, I think it's a statewide model of grassroots organizing that really gets us to that win. I don't know that we can say that we can rely on just certain congressional districts to win anymore. We have to do well almost everywhere. And being able to make that connection is all about building that opportunity for statewide participation. It's also about not being worried about campaigning in different ways. I know that in the suburbs, we're going to have to go to some different places that maybe you would go than when you're in the city or when you're in a rural area. And I'm cool with that. I'm completely comfortable going to the quilt store or the craft store or the grocery store or the feed store or the elevator or being able to walk down Lake Street. I can go anywhere in this state and build trust with people. Gene.
My name is Gene Nichols. I'm from Shoreview and a Take Action leader in Senate District 53. And I co-chair of the reNEW Minnesota African American Table. For me, the reNEW Minnesota vision is at the core of the work that I do in the race for governor, my community activism, even my connection in helping to bring my perspective of the national agenda to the minds and ears of our locally elected officials. The reNEW Minnesota vision is very encompassing and demands a change in direction for our state. It is truly a different path to be explored. The reNEW vision calls out for a restructuring of who holds power in the state, the role of government in our lives, and the role and the essence of democracy. I know this vision for Minnesota will not be achieved overnight and can take many years to accomplish, but we need to make bold changes immediately if we are to get started down a new path. I plan to be around to hold the next governor speak to our vision. When and if you are elected governor, you will be assuming leadership from an individual who had very little regard for any kind of progressive thinking. What will you do to make sure your eye stays on the reNEW vision, our shared vision, and not be derailed with the mess at hand? Plainly put, you are walking into a state where no easy solutions exist. So how do you prioritize and not park the reNEW bus?
Well, thanks so much for that. It's daunting sometimes when you look at the challenges our state faces. But I think that's exactly when leaders step up. That's when people like you in this room step up to say, we want to govern with you, Governor. We want to help you make it happen. I'm not going to kid you. I don't know that I have every answer that we need right now. Come November 3rd, 2010, I've got a lot of ideas. And I've got a lot of things that I think are the seeds of the right direction to move. But I know that you're going to be able to add to that in coming around a transition, in being able to be part of the weekly and monthly activities that are going on in governing the state, in helping lead the governor out into the community and not let her get detached from the community. That was one of the big things I had to wrestle with. I'm a person of the community. I'm a community organizer. And so I do not want to be a governor of the state that is removed and detached from the people. So I believe that this vision actually is what really sings to me about what we can do together, both in policy, in how we change things, but also in the daily life of making sure that we are in connection, that we are showing the state that the governor, as representative of them, is connected to the people again. And I think really important, and that's a really, really invigorating vision. I'm going to stop there and just see if you want to follow up on that at all.
So, quick follow-up on that. You said you had a lot of ideas, some seeds, for how to do this. I mean, the problem is, and I think our concern is that it is a real mess, and it's real, and if that isn't addressed, you will not see the vision. On the other hand, if all we do is focus on the crisis, our thinking narrows, and we lose as well. And so, I guess the question is, explore some of those ideas and seeds on how you can think outside the box so you can both solve the mess and move forward the vision.
Well, and that's the thing that maybe I disagree with some of my other colleagues in the race about. Sometimes you hear them come in and say you can only focus on one thing or two things or whatever. Why elect them, folks? You need to focus on so many things in this state. And so you both simultaneously have to be able to do the piece about bringing budget stability to the state, which starts with the progressive taxation that we need and the balancing the budget that is going to reflect our values. But it also is the economic development plan that we need in this state, so that everyone in the state can share in prosperity. To me, that looks like starting with where our strengths are, where the small businesses are, making it easier to create small business in the state, being able to support the industries that are going to make us strong. You know, I have a love for farming still. My two brothers still farm the family farm. I think we should do an even better job of making sure young people can go out and farm if they're from the city or they're for the country. And we can do that through the right sorts of ideas and policies.
That is actually